The last professor of wand-making. Once there were teachers of wand-making. Wand-making is a very elaborate art, and not many students at wizard school chose to apply themselves to learn that art. The students seemed to prefer wizard math or formulaica. Fewer and fewer students graduated with a wand-making star in their graduation caps. Old Professor Malchius Wantelmoot was the last professor of wand-making. He taught his last class to 2 longs, as students in the 4th year are called, after the long dragons which they must ride. Those were the last 2 students who graduated with wand-making stars in their caps. One of those students was Ethelbridge Linnaeus Sparklescence. After Ethelbridge graduated, he thought to himself, "I'm very good at making wands. If I sold them, I might be very good at making money." When he told others about this, some thought that he had spent a few too many hours studying formulaica. Ethelbridge didn't listen to them. Instead, he started the wand-making guild to make wands and to sell them to future wizards. Before Ethelbridge started the guild, you had to know somebody who had graduated in wand-making, if you wanted a wand made for you. They would make the wand for you without charging you for it. After Ethelbridge started the wand-making guild, anybody could purchase a wand if they could afford it. Well, if they could afford it, and if a wand would accept them as its wizard. After Mr. Sparklescence and the other student graduated, there were no more classes in wand-making. This was because there were no more students who wished to learn the art. With no students to teach, Malchius had to retire. He stayed at wizard school for a couple of years. He helped out where he could as one of the retired professors, but he was so saddened by not having any students to teach that he decided to do some traveling. Malchius could have taught apprentices just like Ethelbridge was doing, but Ethelbridge thought that the professor was happy at wizard school, so he had not invited him to join the guild, and Malchius would not ask. Besides, Malchius liked teaching at wizard school. The students were there to learn many things, and they could choose how to apply their wizard skills however they chose, once they graduated. Apprentices, on the other hand, would only be able to apply their wizard skills in the area in which they were apprenticed, unless they also graduated from wizard school. Such things might happen now, but they didn't happen then. People just didn't have the time to do both. Malchius travelled very far. After a few years, his letters stopped coming to wizard school, and he was never heard from again. Nobody knew exactly where Malchius ended up, just that he was going to keep on travelling. Nobody knew how long he lived, only that he probably never recovered from having no students to teach. The person to whom he wrote those letters heard rumours about him from time to time after those letters stopped coming, but she could never be certain about what happened to old Professor Malchius Wantelmoot. If it had happened years later, she would have known, and she would have been certain about what she knew. But then she was very young, and she was less certain of what she knew. Later she had her suspicions as to what had happened, but she couldn't be certain. It had happened so long ago.